Yep.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the April 8th, 2024 meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit Board of Directors. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Director Brewer,
Present.
Director Budge,
Mr. Chair, I am at home with bronchitis. I request the ability to continue with this meeting. There is nobody in the room with me other than the dog.
Okay, is the dog 18?
Fortunately, he's only 4.
Okay, good. Well, we hope you feel better.
Thank you so much.
Director Daniels,
Here.
Director Hume is absent, Director Jennings,
Here.
Director Kaplan. Here. Director Kozlowski is absent, Director Maple.
Here.
Director Cerna,
Here.
Director Singh Allen is absent, Director Vang,
Here.
and Chair Kennedy.
Here.
And I know Director Hume is in the building somewhere. 'Cause he did walk across the street from the parking lot with me.
All right, that's, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
Thank you, Director Budge.
You are welcome.
All right,
Chair, can I read the replay statement?
please do.
Okay. And with that, we do have a quorum with 9 votes, and this meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit District will be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on Comcast, Consolidated Communications, and AT&T Uverse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and webcast at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Wednesday, April 10th at 6 p.m. and Monday, April 15th at 2 p.m. on Channel 14. This meeting can also be viewed at youtube.com/Metro Cable 14. No written public comment was received for today's board meeting. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should fill out a speaker card located at the rear of the room and provide it to myself or Adam. Once the item has been called, additional speaker cards will not be accepted. The time allowed for public comment is at the chair's discretion. The timer will chime when you have 20 seconds remaining and then again when your time is up.
Thank you very much. It takes us to the consent calendar where we have items 2.1 through 2.14. Is there any member of the board that has any question of an item on consent? I do have some public speakers, but first, anyone on the board? All right, seeing none, then I will go right to calling the members of the public. Barbara Stanton for item 2.1.
And Director Singh has joined us. Singh Allen.
I don't want to touch it. Last time it fell on the floor. Barbara Stanton, Ridership for the Masses. Good evening, everybody. Chair, I like your fish on the back of your shirt. At the last in-person meeting, Ridership for the Masses submitted written comments to the board about the change of the content of 2.1. It used to be the minutes, now it's action items, and it's totally different than what it was. We did receive a response on April the 4th, and we just have some comments. In the response, it states, regarding comments on item 6, matters not on the agenda, the name of the person making the comments will be acknowledged, and the general topic of the comment will be acknowledged. However, if it's matters on the board, the only thing that people read is the person that made the comment and nothing about the comment or what it was about. So we are requesting if SAC-RT could summarize all comments if a person is making comments about items on the agenda. The name, the subject of the comments, and the board response, if so noted. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lee, can we get together, this is coming up every meeting now, is just to kind of see if we can put some finishing touches on the whole agenda issue, and if Olga could be there, that would be helpful.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Barbara. 2.11, Coco Cocazella.
Thank you. Coco Cocazella, District 4. I'm probably behind the 8 ball on commenting on this item, but it caught my attention today, and I noticed in the longer form of the description of this agenda item, there was mention of one vendor being chosen because their APIs were open source. I thought that was very forward-thinking. My question is, or rather, I have a question. What will be the process by which, I guess, staff and company will be using the API to actually add things, ostensibly, or hiring contractors to do stuff because it's open source? What is the process by which what changes are needed will be determined, and will there be any public comment on that? Reason I ask is because now I've tasked myself with kind of learning what an open loop payment system is. And one thing that caught my eye, and I'll try to be brief, was the local payment box on the bus itself would ostensibly maybe keep track of prior payments that didn't go through. So, ramifications of that would be interesting to know. For instance, if my credit card was maxed out today, but tomorrow I put stuff on it, but then I couldn't use it the next time, stuff like that will impact the public. It's nuanced stuff, but it will impact the public. Or maybe, how will troubleshooting be dealt with and stuff like that? Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lee, can we have somebody from staff? We don't need to get into the weeds here today, but could we have somebody reach out to Ms. Cocazella and answer her questions?
Yes, we will, and we normally do. Yeah, we normally do in this.
Yes, thank you. All right. Glenn Mandelkern for 2.13.
Yes, Glenn Mandelkern, Citrus Heights. I'm here to lend my support and encouragement for the item for the COA, the Comprehensive Operational Analysis. I wanted to say that COA for me represents compelling, observant, and authentic, as well as actionable. It was very well written. In particular, I wanted to bring attention to one paragraph there that begins with over the past 5 years, 2 points in particular. There's one that says that Sacramento bus ridership has nearly recovered, but there are new travel patterns that have changed post-pandemic. And so we talked about some of this during the SRTP. And now that there's more work about hybrid and telework arrangements, I think that would be good to cover. Next, there was a sentence here that says, for example, demand for commuter service has increased significantly and may not return to prior levels. Now, prior to coming here, I looked up a word to make sure I had its definition correct, and it says, a fall into obscurity or disuse, decline. So I think it's today, April 8th, it's appropriate to say that some SAC-RT commuter services have experienced an eclipse. Nevertheless, is that good or bad? Well, I think this is an opportunity to repurpose segments of commuter routes, and I bring, for example, 129 Arden commuter. I've spoken to a number of people where we would like to have some kind of service east of Watt, especially on weekends, and I heard from Chris recently that weekend service has picked up. So some places along Arden to the east there, Arden and Eastern, Arden and Fair Oaks, Fair Oaks and Walnut. Each of these have supermarkets, restaurants, and coffee shops. And I believe that this would be a good time to implement the COA, especially because a number of people have told me that the more relevant SAC-RT becomes to them, the more they will use it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, that's the last card I have for items that are on consent. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, we'll have to do roll call.
Was the motion Director Brewer? Okay, and the second? Okay.
And we need to do a roll call vote.
Okay, Director Brewer?
Aye.
Director Budge?
Yes.
Director Daniels?
Aye.
Director Hume is absent. Director Jennings?
Yes.
Director Kaplan? Yes. Director Kozlowski is absent. Director Maple?
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Singh-Allen,
Aye.
Director Vang, and Chair Kennedy.
Aye.
Consent calendar passes with 10 votes.
Thank you very much. That takes us to item number 6, public addresses the board on matters not on the agenda. And I have a card from Glenn Mandelburn.
Okay, this item is concerning a major project that is, Secretary has been working on a while. And actually, I am here because of Marlon Brando. His initials are MB, which brings me to MLB as in Major League Baseball. And so, here's the Sacramento project that I'm referring to, and presented it as an answering question for you. It would be, Marlon Brando would prefer this form of transit to get to baseball games at Sutter Health Park. It is Marlon's named desire. And as a Jeopardy form, the question is, what is A's streetcar? So I would like to say that is my named desire is to have you accelerate your efforts on A streetcar, and it could be A streetcar. I'd like to give special mention to Deborah Salinas, who recently spoke about naming rights. So I think that could be arranged. In any event, I would like to see the streetcar accelerated, literally, figuratively, also by first season, ideally, or at least for second or third season. Thank you.
Thank you. And may I remind everybody that the River Cats are still a Giants team. Okay.
Unfortunately.
And that's all of the cards I have for members addressing the board. Anybody else seeing and hearing none? That takes us to item 7.1.
Good afternoon, Board. I'm Shelley Valentin, Deputy CEO, and I'm here to kick off this presentation. This is where we provide you with a recap of how our series of presentations on projects and initiatives came about. As you will see in this slide, it's a categorized summary of feedback, questions, and suggestions from the board that we received since early this fiscal year. We used this as a guide to craft our project presentations, and we want to once again thank the board for your feedback, as well as our community stakeholders who have been providing us feedback, and we hope that the series of presentations have been helpful in providing you pretty comprehensive updates on our projects and initiatives. Next slide, please. So this next slide shows you just a summary of all the topics that we covered since our first presentation back in July. The goal of tonight's presentation is to do a very brief, and I promise it will be very brief because there's like 10 projects we're presenting on. And it is for the benefit of our new board members who were not yet here at the time we did the first round of presentations, but also to close the loop on some of the feedback that we received from the board since we did those presentations, and hopefully provide you with some new and relevant updates since then. We have also provided to you last month our most recent quarterly strategic plan scorecard for that quarter, and you will be receiving that every end of each quarter as we have promised. This will be a part of the GM report that we are providing in a written format every meeting or every quarter. We are also planning to provide you tonight with a quick update on our recently concluded employee survey, but we decided to defer that to the next meeting so that our consultant who actually did the survey can provide their presentation, so you can also ask questions about their methodology and how they came up with the survey scores. So with that, I will now turn you over to Laura. She will start with 2 of the project updates and then a few more after that. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So back in July, we gave a detailed presentation on the Reimagine What I-80 project, a project we have been striving to complete for the last decade. What I-80 is our largest transit center on approximately 6 acres. It's located in North Highlands, adjacent to Arden Arcade, and it is an intermodal hub, being both the northern terminus for the Blue Line and a major bus transfer center for SAC-RT and our partners in the region. Light rail ridership alone is 1,500 daily boardings. It's a dual-level station and prone to safety and security issues. It is in an at-risk community, and it's situated next to a major freeway in the busy Watt Avenue corridor. The station was constructed as a part of our original starter light rail line, and the infrastructure there is aging. We are also challenged with poor pedestrian, bicycle, and vehicle access. 25% of passengers using the station access it by walking and biking, and 2/3 transfer between bus and rail. We partnered with Civic Thread back in 2018 to facilitate a community-based planning process and to develop our master plan for the station. The comprehensive plan for the station addresses safety concerns through design strategies, including new redesigned stairwells to be more open and accessible, widening of the passenger platforms on Watt Avenue with new bus stops and shelters, improved pedestrian crossings at the freeway on-ramps on Watt, increased lighting in the bus plaza, in the Watt Avenue approach sidewalk, and on the light rail station pathway. So we're pleased to announce that SACRT awarded a construction contract in January of this year for approximately $19.3 million to complete the major renovation and reconstruction of the station. This was funded in part by a Solutions for Congested Corridors grant that also provided additional funding for light rail modernization on the Blue Line. The construction management contract for the project was approved by you tonight. That's approximately $2.6 million for that contract. Construction will kick off in May of 2024, and construction is expected to take approximately 24 months. So next, I'd like to update you on fleet optimization and our upcoming comprehensive operational analysis. Last year, we took a close look at fleet optimization and the possibility of using smaller buses on certain services. We told you that we would soon be launching a COA that would explore that further. And to quickly recap that discussion, we said that with the vehicle types available to us today, and with our large bus fleet being primarily low floor and all low or no emission, our current large bus fleet offers a more cost-effective option and a better passenger experience than the smaller, primarily lift-equipped versus ramp-equipped buses available on the market today. However, the vehicle market will change rapidly over the next few years, and the fleet of the future is a key issue for SACRT as we are mandated by the state of California to transition to 100% zero emission by 2040. We have recently deployed a smaller 30-foot bus on Route 33 that you'll see in the photo there, and continue to use a small zero-emission fleet for a few of our Smart Ride zones. As was approved tonight on the consent calendar, RT is actively preparing to kick off a COA and a long-range plan update through partnership with SACOG and utilization of SB 125 funds. This effort will research fiscally sustainable service models and consider how we implement modern technologies to deliver reliable mobility options. We will also develop expansion scenarios to meet regional goals for a potential new funding measure and long-range growth, evaluate service efficiencies, and consider various funding scenarios in a cost-constrained approach for the near term. A primary goal of the COA is an evaluation of efficiency and service standards for all transit modes, to ensure an optimal mix of services that is cost-effective, fiscally sustainable, and consistent with SACRT's strategic goals. We will also be updating our fleet management plan as a subcomponent of the project. We will not only be looking at using different types of zero-emission vehicles, but also different types of service delivery, particularly for first last mile services. It is critical that our future is not only zero emission, but cost-effective. I'm only providing you with a very high-level update today regarding the scope of the COA and the long-range plan, but with your action authorizing initiation of procurement using those SB 125 funds, we'll be back to you later this year to award a consultant contract and kick off the effort. And I'd like to thank our partners at SACOG for allocating $1 million in SB 125 funds for the COA and long-range plan effort. This work will also support SACOG's long-range financial plan for the region that is required under SB 125. So thank you, and with that, I'll hand it off to Jason Johnson, our CFO.
Before you do, Laura, let's just ask, is there any questions of Laura on her portion? Okay, and be aware that for the Watt Avenue station, as soon as that can be done, the better, because county's going to be, by the time that is done, county's going to have about 300 to 400 people living down the street. in a safe stay community, all of whom we'll have a shuttle service going between the two. So it'll get some use. So,
We'll do our best to accelerate it. Thank you.
thank you.
Good evening. In September 2023, staff completed an analysis of the feasibility of a fare-free program and presented its findings to the board. A significant part of that analysis included the review of surveys and studies completed by other transit agencies, as well as the results of implemented fare-free programs across the nation. A key takeaway from this analysis was, while the public does not generally rate the cost of fares among their significant concerns, reducing fares to zero would likely very negatively impact the areas our ridership values most: safety and security, service reliability, and cleanliness. Fare agencies have reported a need for significant additions to safety and security staffing to address related issues. Increased demand for ADA paratransit services could present legal issues for SAC-RT due to missed trips, and an overall increase in demand for services will put an extra strain on staff to maintain standards. In the end, it was determined that providing fare-free service in an effective manner really came down to funding. Without a permanent, sustainable, and substantial funding source to cover the additional costs and lost revenues associated with fare-free service, such a program is not feasible at this time. We believe it is important to remember that SAC-RT receives only 1/5 of 1 penny from local sales tax revenues, while other agencies throughout California receive 1/2 to a full 1% of support from their operations. While a new tax measure would not guarantee fare-free service at SAC-RT, a local commitment to additional funding for SAC-RT operations could go a long way towards supporting a fare-free system in the future. However, recent voter polling regarding a new county-wide tax measure for transit ranked fare-free service as having the lowest total support out of 23 funding elements polled, whereas keeping senior, disabled, veteran, and student fares affordable ranked the highest. With that in mind, staff is working closely with our regional partners to ensure a future where students continue to ride free, is pursuing a legislative change that will allow us to bring back the lifetime super senior pass previously available at SAC-RT, and is working with the state of California to integrate technologies that will allow us to more easily provide discounts to veterans and others. SAC-RT also continues to pursue all available funding sources, while at the same time, through strategic initiatives and strong management, maximizing the benefit of the funding it does receive in order to maintain our high standards for customer service and employee satisfaction. That concludes my update, and if there are any questions, otherwise I'll turn it over to Deborah Salinas, our VP of Communication and Partnerships.
Questions? I have one quick one. Why does it take legislation to create a fee, a fare?
To change the
Yeah.
fare, to give us the ability to change the fare. It's not to change the fare, but to give us the ability to change the
So
fare.
we currently don't have the ability to change the fare without
I
legislation?
would defer to Olga on that.
It really doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
The fare that we want, I assume you're talking about the super
The
senior?
super
Yeah,
senior.
it was
Yeah,
just
we-
odd that we can't just create our own
We
fares.
can, but we have the limitation that it has to be, whatever discount we provide has to be also given to individuals with disabilities.
Oh.
And so that's what we're changing, so that we don't have to do that, and we could do the free fare without triggering that obligation.
Oh, thank you. Any others? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Good afternoon. Today, I have the pleasure of providing a couple of exciting project updates on leveraging technology, our low-floor train public outreach, community transit champion program, and ride-free RT promotions. First, we've made tremendous progress on our new website. As I mentioned in a previous update, the current website was created over 9 years ago, and we are now refreshing the design to be more accessible and user-friendly. Over the weekend, we took a major first step in the process by migrating to the cloud. I know that seems like obvious to most people, but we're getting there. At the same time, we've been making significant updates to the design behind the scenes in preparation for a full launch in the coming months. We've also been actively working on the light rail passenger announcement system for the launch this summer of the new low-floor trains. The system will be in place to assist customers with a focus on those using mobility devices. When we start service, there are 9 Central City stations where a mixed fleet of high floor and low floor trains will operate. So it's really important that our customers, especially those with disabilities, know where to board. Because right now on a high floor train, you board at a ramp, a boarding ramp, and with the new trains, everyone will be able to board at level boarding. We have finalized the messaging for both the display boards and the audio announcement systems. The next step is to test the sound at the stations. In addition, we are actively working on a real-time train tracking system, and we know this is like one of the #1 top requested items by our customers, so we are actively working on that. I'm also happy to share that the RFP for the consolidated mobile app, remember, we have about 5 different ones, it's going to be so nice to have one, will go out this week on Planet Bids. We're expect it to be out for about a month, and then we will go ahead and review those submissions shortly after, and we hope to progress that as fast as we can. The next update is related to public outreach for the low floor trains and Folsom 15-minute service frequency changes. I mentioned earlier about the announcement system at the station. However, equally important is customer communication, which you see some of these methods on the screen that we plan to use and we have been implementing already. We are taking a phased approach to outreach and including MAC members in the process to ensure we are inclusive. Phase 1 is the lead up to the launch of the new trains and the 15-minute service. However, we started this phase, as I mentioned, back in January of this year. Phase 2 will take place during the launch period and will include a customer assistance program at major stations to assist riders with the changes. We also plan to offer free rides to the general public to build some excitement as we roll these out. Phase 3 will be promotion of new service through paid, owned, and earned media to help build ridership. Some noteworthy upcoming outreach events include a tour of the new trains for MAC members and a How to Ride video shoot to help customers with disabilities, with the boarding process all happening next week on April 17th. Now, it wouldn't be a presentation by me if I didn't share some visuals, so here's a video, a recent example of our video series.
SAC-RT is gearing up for a game-changing transformation in our light rail system. Introducing our modern, new, low-floor light rail vehicles, set to roll out on the Gold and Green lines this summer. These state-of-the-art trains, manufactured by Siemens Mobility right here in Sacramento, are designed with the latest technology and upgraded features to enhance the passenger experience. With at-platform boarding for all riders, including those with mobility devices, accessing our trains has never been easier. Riders using mobility devices can easily board and exit the train from 2 middle doors by accessing a deployable ramp. Inside the train, there are designated seating areas for seniors and persons with disabilities. The new trains will also provide better temperature control, improved reliability, and a smoother riding experience. Also, look forward to staying informed with digital station displays and new audio announcements. Join us as we embark on this exciting journey to modernize public transit in the Sacramento region. Learn more at sacrt.com/modernization.
We're hoping to generate some excitement, right? It's been a while in the making for sure. Okay. And as you recall, back a few months, we've been celebrating our 2023 Community Transit Champions. Congratulations once again to Rick Hodgkins, David Van Aspern, Keith Smothers, and Miguel Barraza. Next slide. And although we continuously work on the Ride Free RT promotion in various ways, today I'm presenting key highlights of additional work from late last fall into recent times, including a Thriving Communities Program grant application that was submitted in November 2023 for funding of $500,000 to $750,000. We are awaiting award notification, which we're hoping is in the coming weeks. If awarded, the Thriving Communities Program support will help advance future communication and outreach efforts, including strengthening relationships between SAC-RT and school districts. We also held our first Ride Free RT video contest to get the students engaged. First, second, and third place winners were awarded in November of last year. And the success of these efforts really is demonstrated in the numbers that you see on the screen. We are now on pace to end the fiscal year at 4.2 million student rides. And just a reminder that pre-pandemic, we had 1.7 million student rides. So we know our efforts are on the right track. And that concludes my presentation. I'll turn it over to Lisa Hines, unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Yes.
Just more of a comment. I just really appreciative of all the work going into consolidating the apps.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, yes. So yeah, that's something that I hear from constituents and then also have experienced myself. I think it's going to be a huge benefit.
Oh,
to
yeah,
our
we agree.
customers.
We agree. We're excited about it. Thank you.
Appreciate your work.
Thank you.
So are we getting rid of the zip pass? Is that going to be a thing of the past, or?
What it'll be is fair integration into the app, so it could be the same provider, but it will all be in one app, just like trip planning, like most larger agencies have. So we'll be able to do that here as well.
Okay. The low floor, have we, maybe that's what you talked about on April 17th, I think you said, but have we engaged the MAC to come out and actually physically see these things, look at them, kick the tires or rails, and I mean to get them as almost like focus grouping these things?
Yes, they did the initial testing when we had the ramp. We were building the trains to make sure that it worked for them, and that's kind of what you saw in the video. That was actually the testing time that we did that. We were out at Siemens. We built a platform and they tested it out. But on April 17th, the MAC are going to come out in the morning before we do the video shoot, and they'll be able to test it live at the station.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
The student data is really encouraging too.
Yeah.
Yes, I love seeing that. Thank you.
Exactly. I was 4.2 million.
Yes.
And can you talk about, is that ascending or is it staying the same, or?
It's growing.
Okay.
I think last year was like 3.6 or 3.5, so we're at 4.2. And we hope to continue that momentum and continue building it.
And we've been doing that for how long now?
Since it was 2019, fall of 2019, I believe. Is that right?
That's about right.
That's right, yeah.
So we're creating
October 2019.
We're creating the rider of the day and the future.
Yes, exactly. And we're getting them to jobs. We're getting them to school. I mean, it's really making a difference. There was a study on that. University of Texas is making a big difference.
And also right now, we're working with our former board director, Jason Lear, and he's helping us to reach out to all superintendents and those people, try to further encourage students to write.
One of the highest reasons of absenteeism in schools is transportation.
Access
So,
to access.
There's so many benefits to
Oh, there
this
are so
program.
many, really.
We just have to remind school districts, if we even increase their attendance 0.01, we're bringing in millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We are working on that as well.
You got a bunch of old school board members up here.
And Girl Scout troop leaders, I understand.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, tonight I'm providing updates on 4 areas: WATN I-80, safety and security incidents monitoring and prevention, social equity, and the Mystery Rider program. Let's start with the WATN I-80 station has presented a safety and security challenge due to the layout of the station. Providing adequate security for a 2-story station below and above a freeway present a large challenge for us and require innovative security solutions. Since September of 2023, we have made many upgrades to WATN I-80 station safety and security plan. Our goal was to make the heavily used station safe, clean, and convenient for our customers and employees. We were experiencing high incidents of elevator breakdowns, graffiti, trash, and nuisance behavior. We started by adding light-duty SACRT staff to assist with the elevators on both levels. To date, a total of 50 light-duty employees have been assigned to WATN I-80. The light-duty staff are also supported by 2 full-time security guards. The addition of staffing has greatly helped reduce our elevator breakdowns, nuisance behavior, and the station is staying much cleaner. A side benefit of having a structured light-duty worker compensation program is we're providing savings to the district. We will continue to monitor and improve upon these measures. Thus far, the program has been highly successful. Next slide, please. SACRT purchased 2 mobile camera trailers that are towable and provide live video feed to our Security Operations Center. We obtained these 2 trailers in 2023 and have been using them and have been putting them to good use. Recently, a trailer was deployed at the Roseville Road Light Rail Station at the entrance to the Grand Avenue Bridge. There have been ongoing issues with illegal dumping at this location, creating the need for frequent cleanups by our facilities team. As intended, the camera trailer captured illegal dumping in action. A U-Haul pulled into the station and proceeded to dump trash directly in front of our camera. Another use for the trailer camera was where employees needed to use a temporary restroom. Employees didn't feel safe due to issues of break-in and vandalisms into these restrooms. As soon as the camera trailer was deployed, no further issues were reported. Our Security Operations Center, located in SACPD's Real-Time Crime Center, is currently being renovated. We are upgrading from a small video wall to sharing an entire wall with SACPD. The new wall will span the length of the room. Half of the wall will be ours and half of the wall will be theirs. The new video wall construction is estimated to be completed in this July. SACRT continues to innovate with our social equity program. Since 2021, we have employed a Master's of Social Work, our social services practitioner, to work with regional partners providing resources and services to people experiencing homelessness who stay near SACRT's infrastructure. Our program will be expanding this summer to 1 part-time and 1 full-time social services practitioner, providing 7-day-a-week coverage. SACRT provides many social services. In 2023, SACRT offered 99 free ride days to warming and cooling centers. So far, in 2024, we have provided 48 free ride days to warming and cooling centers, with many more to come. And then lastly, the mystery rider. SACRT has contracted with a customer's point of view to provide mystery riders throughout all of our transportation modes. The purpose of the program is to have an unknown subject write our system and provide a comprehensive assessment of the quality of service SACRT is providing to our riders. Immediate feedback from the contractor is that SACRT just started with us and they are doing extremely well compared to industry peers, which is obviously very exciting for us. The mystery writer takes photos and completes a scorecard that is digitally shared with SACRT, which I've provided examples on the screen. To date, we've had 51 mystery rides in 2024. Our overall score is trending at 96.553. Although we are doing well, there is always room for improvement. We are putting together a comprehensive corrective action plan to address any identified issues quickly. The mystery writer started writing by evaluating bus and light rail service, and later this month, they will expand to SACRT Go and U-Serve. And that concludes my presentation.
I have a question. Hi.
Yes.
For the mystery writer, were there similar themes overall, or were they site-specific?
Usually it's little baby minor stuff. It could be something like clothing that an operator is wearing. It would be a much lower score if it was we prioritized our safety incidents. So those are more heavily weighted. So it's little tiny stuff. Or it might be a bus is late. So it's kind of random so far with only 51 rides thus far.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chair. Lisa, did you say how the mystery riders are selected or from what pool of people we find them?
We actually contract with the customer's point of view, and they select them. So we have no idea who these folks are. They are their employees, and they work directly through them.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any others?
So that means I'll never be a mystery writer.
No. Although I have yet to have a single RT operator recognize me, so I could do it.
So you're a mystery writer.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. That concludes our report and really closes out our project updates, unless the board has any other specific projects you'd like us to report in the future. But thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Director Maple.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to say that I'm really appreciative of this new process or newer process of updates and kind of getting them on a more timely basis and being able to hear. I think it's really exciting, not only for us, but for the public to see the progress. You know, none of it happens overnight. And so I think it's really great and exciting stuff. Thank you so much.
Agreed. Anybody else? All right, I do have a couple of cards. Thank you very much, Shelley. Michael Bevins.
Hello. This is an overall thing, but you as the governing board, how do you know if you or we are servicing the public well with transit? Is there a mission statement? Is there how do you measure it? What do you measure? Is it coverage? Is it funding? Is it from the public response or feedback? I think, just just me here, Joe Public, I think as a foundation, coverage is just that, foundational. There needs to be a corridor of travel from to every part of our region. Now, just basically looking at a map, wherever you see a major street, road, boulevard, lane, there should be a bus route on that same road. It doesn't have to run frequently. If not used very much, it wouldn't be. SAC-RT can control the frequency. It doesn't have to be a regular 40-foot bus either. It could be a shuttle bus, or 2 or 3 in a row, or as long as an articulated bus or a streetcar. Again, SAC-RT can control the capacity of the vehicle being used. This new foundation will enable us to cover all of our region. Schools is what I'm thinking of right now, either by a major route, a bus goes on a major route and the school's on the route, that's easy, or by transferring to a smaller route, a neighborhood route that would be covered by a shuttle bus and or a smart ride. So anyway, that's my conclusion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your thoughtfulness. Helen O'Connell. Good to see you, Helen.
Thank you. Good evening, Board. I am very pleased to hear that you have legislation suggested for the super senior pass. There are many people that are in that age group that cannot get to other places that enrich their lives, like senior centers, daycare centers for adults, special programs that stimulate physical activity, psychological benefits, and cognitive acuity. So I am very pleased to hear that you are making great strides in securing super senior pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. That's the last member of the public I have of cards, so we will move on to 8.1, the General Manager's Report.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, board members, and the public. I hope you enjoyed the staff presentations. I just try to briefly share a couple of updates. So a couple of weeks ago, next slide, please. Chair Kennedy and I had the opportunity to participate in a panel discussion hosted by Congressman Army Bearer, okay, and the federal Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. Region 9 Administrator Martha Gunsman on the left side, that wonderful lady. We discussed the funding opportunities that can benefit our regions as the climate, such as the Climate Pollution Reduction Grant and the EPA Community Change Grant. The discussion highlighted Sacramento's climate successes among regional stakeholders, including SAC-RT Board Outlet, David Sander. So the reason I talk about David, David is our former board chair and was recently elected as the president of the National League of the Cities. This is a tremendously important role. As you can see, President Sander gets to meet with President Biden recently, and they had over 25-minute one-on-one talk. That's what Sander told me, Mr. Sander told me. And this is a very special year for the League as they 100-year-old history. We really want to wish David the best of luck during his one-year term, where he will be advocating for cities at the federal level with a special focus on innovation. Then, continuing with our federal delegation, last week, SAC-RT helped host a bus tour focused on housing along Stockton Boulevard. We were fortunate to be joined by, or led by, Congresswoman Matsui, Chair Kennedy, Director Maple, Mayor Stenberg, and other partners. There are more than 3,000 housing units planned along Stockton Boulevard. And we had an opportunity to visit just a few of those sites. We have secured $11 million in grant funding to begin the planning and environmental work for the build-out of our new bus rapid transit line on this historical corridor. Then, speaking of historical corridors, Sacramento was very pleased to sponsor a forum focused on transit-oriented development planned for North Sacramento. Over 100 attendees, as you can see over there, joint discussion and a walking tour along the Del Paso corridor. I really want to thank ECOS, SMART, and the Del Paso partnership for helping plan this great event. Next slide. Okay. We also celebrated National Transit Employee Day on March 18th. It's an annual event to celebrate the public service of transit employees. Sacramento has a workforce of nearly 1,500 employees, and the work we do is vital to our community. Every day, our frontline staff goes above and beyond, ensuring that our customers' journeys are safe, efficient, and enjoyable. Sacramento management staff was out early in the morning. Somebody was out there before 4 a.m. To greet our operators and to hand out goodie bags. Then later that day, Director Kaplan joined Gold Scout Trooper 4204 in continuing to spread the joy on Transit Employee Appreciation Day. As you know, Director Kaplan, a former troop leader herself, just about 10 years ago, shared her story and words of encouragement with the Gold Scout. The trooper donated more than 200 boxes of Gold Scout cookies for our frontline employees as a small gesture of thanks. And they also get to ride in a Sacramento bus through our bus washing, that track. And we ensure the safety of them. I also want to thank staff for hosting 2 Sacramento Go open houses at the end of last month. We held a virtual open house followed by an in-person forum at the Central Heights Community Center. Presentations were made by our supplemental service provider, USERV, Sacramento's Mobility Advisory Council, and our Customer Satisfaction Department. Attendees were extremely engaged, asked great questions, and provide phenomenal feedback. We really appreciate this type of events. We do quite often on these events, and we get lots of great feedback from Helen and her team members. That helped us to continue to improve our service. So really appreciate that. At the end, I want to share that Sacramento will be offering a system-wide free ride day on Monday, April 22nd in celebration of Earth Day. That concludes my remarks. Get back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Quick comment?
Yep.
I think missing on the slide is something that you were instrumental in helping facilitate. Our general manager is helping the Sikh community during the second annual Sikh parade that took place at the Bradshaw Sikh Temple for 2 days of services, and helped thousands and upon thousands of parishioners get to the parade safely. So I want to thank you on behalf of the Sikh Society for facilitating that.
And sorry, we did not get a picture. We're going to put some.
That's okay.
Get some picture. We're going to share next board meeting.
Yes, absolutely.
Just.
But I just wanted
this.
everyone to know that happened.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
Sunday was the main day, right?
Yeah.
And the Friday and the Saturday kind of like a preparation day, and we got a shuttle bus there just from 5 to 9 p.m. And we carried about more than 2,500 on Friday. Then the next day is the similar amount, 5,000 rides.
Yeah.
For 2 nights on the preparation days. It's not even the main day. So that's just amazing. We're going to put that next.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Any of those? No, I have no cards from the public, so that takes us to reports, ideas, and questions from directors. Anybody? All right. Item 9.1 and 9.2 are in your packets, unless Mr. Hume or Ms. Budge have anything to add?
I don't think Mr. Hume joined us.
Yes, he's here.
Oh, good. Patrick, anything you wanted to add to the report?
No.
Okay. Super.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chair Kennedy?
Yep.
I just wanted to acknowledge a typo on item 9.1. It says power and it should be powers.
Okay. Thank you for catching that vital piece of information.
That's brought to my attention.
With that, I believe we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Hallelujah. Good night, all.
Got here just in time.
Yeah, we're going to dock your